newspaper. And you know why? Because I'm an elected official here and I have a responsibility. And my responsibility is if I see something wrong to say something about it. And if I don't, I am an accomplice with the rest of it. So, they would not give me the bill. Now they admitted that Spoon River is not paying garbage anymore. So all of you in town that are paying for garbage, if you want to take care of your own garbage, call town hall and tell them don't charge you anymore. And tell them we all want to be treated like the town manager's friends. And I'm giving notice right now to the town clerk, the finance officer, and the town manager to go get my container at my office and take it off my bill. Treat me like you do your friends. The council needs to deal with this, but they don't have the courage to do so. They're just letting all this stuff go. Well, because they don't have the courage to deal with it, doesn't mean I don't have to deal with it. Once again, you see no camera. They don't want the citizens to see what they're doing. So, I called Sharon Edmondson. Y'all wanted me to call Sharon Edmondson. Sharon Edmondson said, of course I can see the billing information. Do you realize at the end of the April 10th meeting, the finance officer passed out a list of past due utility bills, delinquent accounts with citizens' names on them? So at the beginning of the meeting, he told me he'd be guilty of a misdemeanor. At the end of the meeting, he passed out billing information with people's names and how much they're delinquent. Once again, you got games going on. I've been in town government for about 12 years. I know what I'm doing. I've been in it more than anybody up there. I know what's going on. I've been through just as tough a nuclear political wars as you can be through. I know what I'm doing. And you can't, tell me things are right when they're wrong. I know what's right and what's wrong. So really we have another situation with that utility bill where the town manager is giving false information that the mayor can't see the bills. How am I supposed to make sure things are going right and make sure there's no fraud if I can't see any of the finances? Now the first 2 years I was mayor, I had to sue the town of Belhaven for public records. First mayor in the history of North Carolina to have to sue his own town for public records. Now this billing information is not public records. But that's almost the climate. The climate today is almost what it was the first 2 years I was mayor. We have a town manager that's very similar to back then, and we have a board that whatever the town manager says, they do it. And it will take them out of here. The next election, they will get wiped out. Because when people see you don't care about them, like Mr. Bonner, then people don't care about you. Now, if you had, let's say you're a business owner, and you had an employee who lied to you, verifiable, just lied to you, and they were involved with very important things, would you want to just take their word with things that were vital, or would you want to check them out yourself? You'd be wanting to check them out yourself. Well, how about if then that employee said you couldn't see the books? Would that be concerning? Or they would keep information from you. So you got somebody lies to you and then they're keeping information from you. I can't not speak up. I can't not say something. What I'm talking about is real. And once again, when there's financial problems, who gets the reprimand letter? This guy. Trash issue at Spoon River. Do you know we're sitting here a month from that meeting? Before that meeting a month, almost, I had been talking to the town manager and some of the councilmen about Spoon River and how you can't have people just going and picking whatever garbage company they want. All over this state, most incorporated towns charge for garbage pickup. And it's a revenue source for the town. And it's been allowed all over the state. And people aren't allowed to go get other companies. In Belhaven, there's favoritism, straight out, clear-cut favoritism taking place. And this council won't do anything about it because they like the people that own Spoon River. I like the people that own Spoon River. But when you're in government, you can't treat people differently. They got great food. It's a great place to go eat. But they have to do like the tavern does. They have to do like the other restaurants do, fish hooks. They have to do the same. But because they're a town manager's friends, some of the councilman's friends, they let them do whatever they want. So once again, I can give them notice to go get my trash can and take it off my bill. Now, if you're going to do it like you're supposed to do, and enforce your ordinances and charge for garbage for everybody and treat everybody the same, leave mine there. And I encourage other citizens, call town hall. You know, I'm deeply saddened by the information I've got to bring out to the public. I don't enjoy this. But I'm a person that is not going to watch stuff go on. I can't watch somebody get abused and not say anything. And when I watch somebody get abused, and then I say something, and then the people that can do something about it just sit on their hands, I'm not going away. I'm not going away. We're going to hear about Mr. Bonner's trash until November, whatever it is, or December when the new council comes in. Because it's wrong. And eventually enough people will see it to put some pressure on these folks. Once again, they don't want anybody to see it. The grossest thing that's taken place these last few meetings is no camera. Honest, good people don't care if that camera's there. I think everybody can agree with that. The town manager has become impossible for me to deal with. The reason for that is that he has lied on me. I know he's lied on me. And he said I threatened him, which I did. So if I go to the town manager's office, I'm afraid that another lie is going to be made up. So I can't go down to town hall now, because if I go down there, I don't know what will happen. Myself and Steve Carolyn have been in town government a long time. Do you know they don't bring us checks to sign anymore? Why is that? You know why? Because Steve Carolyn asked a question about a check. That was the end of that. The people of Belhaven are going to have to help some with this, because your council is sitting here with Mr. Bonner's trash. They won't do a refund. They won't hold Spoon River to our trash agreements. They don't hold the town manager responsible for outright lies to the council for abusing people. And all I can do is say what I just said, and it's out there. Fortunately, Mr. Brinson came. And there'll be the video out there for people to see. But a lot of people won't have the internet, so they won't see. So them not bringing a camera is going to be a little bit effective. But there's going to be a whole lot of people to see what's going on in Belhaven, and it's a shame. And, you know, not having that camera here is devastating to me. Because there are people, every person in this council, sitting here now, I supported in elections because I thought there were people who do the right thing. I support them because I thought they'd do the right thing. No camera here shows the heart of these people and the souls of what they'll do. We've got a problem. Any other comments? If not,
Yep. All right. First of all, when you talk about the cameras, you talk about me. I do it for free. Understand that? My time, everything, I do it for free. When I became a council member, they made it harder to do it. So who was doing it? My sister, right? Now my mom got sick, so my sister can't be here all the time. It hasn't been just 2 weeks that we have a video. It's been longer than that. We haven't put it on channel 4 in several months because I don't even have the software anymore to do it. So that's the reason why I haven't been on channel 4. But I'm retired now. I don't want to do the camera, you know, and I'm not getting paid for it. The town's not paying me for it. The company I used to work for, they weren't paying me for it. And I'm tired, okay? Next thing. The Mr. Bono situation. We talked about it, we had a discussion, we made a decision, and to us, it's in the past. Whether, because we don't agree with certain people, it's going to continue on. But with me, I made my decision, and I'm not going to change. You can't force me to change my decision. You can't intimidate me to change my decision. And as far as running for council next term or whatever, who said I was? Who said I was? Okay? I am doing what I feel is right. Okay? Nothing is going to change that unless I see something is wrong. If there's something wrong, I'm going to defend it. Right? Now, to try to put this as one group of people versus another group of people, the last time I looked, I'm just like off the bonnet. Okay? I came on this board because my community wasn't getting the right information. My community wasn't being treated what I felt fairly. So I wanted to become involved in things to make sure that my community stayed informed and got the right information so they can make the right decisions. Nothing's changed. Okay? Nothing's changed. I'm still Greg. I'm still fighting for my community. All right? When we all agree, everything's rosy. But we can't all agree every single time. Right? Sometimes we got different opinions, we got different values, we got different morals. We can't always agree. Right? Y'all want to talk about the checks? I know. I'll talk to the town. The reason why I heard that they don't sign the checks is because they don't want to sign the checks. They don't want to sign the checks. Right? So they always hunt me down, and I know Mr. Amos, because they can't find nobody else to sign the checks.
I agree with that.
Okay? So it's not that they didn't want them to. They don't want to. Let me see. The trash. I understand we want everybody to use the town's trash service. But if I'm not getting what I feel is good service, what I feel I'm paying for, if I'm not getting what I'm paying for, if there's any way possible, I'm going to do what's best for me and my family. Okay? If somebody don't want to, I'm not even going to go there. Anyway, I think I've said enough. Thank you.
Well, I'd like to say something as well. I wrote down who's responsible for the cameras.
Those are mine.
I heard you just say that, but I didn't know, at the time I didn't know who was responsible, so I wrote who was responsible for the cameras to be here. So we understood that you said it, but you ain't going to get no pay, and now you're a councilman, so you can't do it. Your sister was doing it, and your mother got sick, so I understand all that, but was there anybody else appointed? So this man here tonight is the first time you was appointed?
Nope, I called him.
Oh, you called. So you going so we agree. Let him be here every night.
He's a newsman. He's not be here every time.
Oh, well, we need to appoint somebody to be
Yeah,
here.
we need a camera here, for sure.
We appoint somebody to be here. Or get somebody to be here. If they want pay, then give them a salary for doing it. That's my suggestion, to cut it out. So we won't have this month. The cameras will be here. All right, and then as far as the trash, when we talked about that, I remember when the town of Belhaven picked up trash. Then they turned it over to Smithtown. I was living in West Belhaven. They came to my house and asked me, how many trash cans do I need? The town and Smithton representatives. They were there along with I said, give me 2, because I had a large family. It was recorded to the town that I had 2 trash cans. So, as long as I stayed in Belhaven, I got charged for 2 trash cans. Whether I sent the garbage out or not, I got charged.
That's right.
Now, they just took it over. I'm sure the town has a record of every citizen, how many trash cans they have. Mr. Bonner, when he took over that Martin County had about 5 or 6 trash cans. 5 or 6 trash cans when Martin County had it as a preschool. But then they closed down and Bonner took it over. But the town should have had a record of how many trash cans they had when they took it over. I asked the question before we set up, but I didn't get no response, so I let it win. But the town should have been responsible of knowing how many trash cans was there. Because of the record was there. When he took over, he should have known. But that's behind us now because, like you say, the vote went out, there we go. But as far as, Mayor, I love you and I appreciate you. And I got on the board to do the right thing, and I'm here to do the right thing. But as far as you talking about, keep talking about it until the November election, that's the beating a dead horse. And I really wouldn't like to hear that every meeting. But if we gotta hear it, I just have to put my raincoat on.
There you go. The camera. There's never been a paid camera person here. Never been. When Leverett did it, then Greg did it, Shalonda did it. We always had a camera here. Shalonda was here like January, I guess. I mean, it's not been that long since she was here. Now all of a sudden the camera disappears. The only reason not to have a camera here is because you don't want a camera here.
I want a camera.
If this council, and thank you, Councilman Wilson, if this council wants a camera here, you can have a camera here. So maybe we can have a camera. That sounds good. So next meeting, would we all like to tell the town manager, make sure we have a camera here for the meetings?
Oh,
Is
so
everybody on board for that?
he's responsible for
Well,
it?
we'll let him put it together. That's what his job is.
I so moved.
All right, do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Amen. Okay, opposed, no? All right, we made some progress. Second up, we have a situation where the decision was made in the past. The Arthur Bonner decision was made in the past. Well, there's lots of decisions that are made in the past that aren't right, that harm somebody. And people keep fighting for them until they're fixed. Civil rights for one. There's a lot of things out there that the wrong decision is reached many times. We have a decision reached about a guy who is being targeted and abused. We're going to end up getting sued probably for the actions of the town manager on this citizen. The council is not taking issue with it. Doing what I feel is right, when the town manager lies in your face, doing right is not sitting there and not saying anything. When you have evidence of lies, sitting there and watching it, not saying anything, not going into closed session to discuss his conduct, is not doing the right thing. Denial of financial documents to the mayor, sitting there and not saying anything, that's a problem. That's not doing the right thing. Allowing favoritism to take place, not a right thing. Allowing somebody with the trash, if you don't like the trash, then you do your own thing. That's not the way it is. That's not the way it is. Now, talk about when we disagree, we just need to move on. I've disagreed 1,000 times and moved on. I don't have it. If they've got a policy about when to open up the Civic Center, and I think it should be later, and I lose out on the vote, I'm not upset about that. But when we're disagreeing about somebody being targeted and abused, that's a different ballgame. When we're disagreeing about somebody's giving me false information, somebody who is denying me information, we don't disagree about that and it go away. It's not going away. Just like the Civil Rights Movement didn't go away. It's gonna keep right on coming. And I think that you're gonna have people, as soon as they see a video and see what's going on, it will start getting behind this. And as far as getting elected, that's up to y'all. You know, that's up to y'all what you do. Y'all can do whatever you want to do. I can do whatever I want to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure people know what's going on. And if you don't want to talk about executive session, I'll be glad to talk about it right here. But something's got to be done. Talking about a dead horse, I'm sure Martin Luther King got told he was beating a dead horse.
Oh, yeah.
I'll keep right on beating a dead horse until we don't have vendettas being taken out, we don't have lies being told, and I'm getting the information I need to do my job. Other comments on adjourned meeting? Meeting adjourned.